Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85. I'm back today with a new video. Obviously, I have not made a video in quite some time. Reason being, I know I kind of stopped abruptly, but after all that stuff came out, you know, with the whole FTC and COPPA thing as far as YouTube goes, for any of you who are familiar with it. If not, I would say best bet. I don't have any links, so I would, look up the whole issue. But YouTube, had that lawsuit where they paid $170 million and, now had to retool everything, with marking the videos. The creators are responsible to mark their videos as either, for kids or not for kids. Mine, because, I consider my videos general audience, for all ages. From everything I read, it's supposed to be marked as not for kids in that case. Which is certainly would be preferable for me because of the fact that I do like people to be able to comment, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the things I like having with my videos. So I just didn't know though how strict these rules are going to be, because I knew about that fine that creators can have for mislabeling their videos, which is up to $42,000 plus per video for anything that's incorrectly labeled. But I know that is, from everything I've watched and read about it, it is based on the revenue that you make for your videos. And I don't monetize any of my videos. I never have, never will. This is just a hobby, something that I like doing for fun, to review my figures in my collection and try to see if I can provide a little insight for anybody who is, who are, I should say, interested in picking any of these figures that I review up for their own collections, any sort of information that I can provide, and to just connect with fellow fans, of Godzilla, Dragon Ball Z, retro video games, etc., etc. All these things that I'm into. I just like to be able to talk and connect with people, so who shared my interests. So, that's basically why I do these videos. Like I said, just a hobby, just something I like to do for fun. I don't make any money off of it. So, so I should be okay, and especially because like I said, these really are meant to be a general audience type of videos, the ones that I do. So I figured I wanted to start the video off by kind of, going over that, since that has been kind of the big thing with YouTube now, and, obviously why I haven't created videos in quite some time. So I do apologize for that and for the abrupt stop. I know some of the other YouTubers that I'm connected with, Godzilla Fan Freaks, I spoke to him briefly about it after I first heard about this, and I've talked to Dragonzilla as well. So I'm not really sure. I know Dragonzilla had a couple other things back before the first of the year when the new rules were taking place that he was doing and putting up on YouTube. I don't know. I haven't been on here that much, so I don't know if he's done anything recently or not, but decided to get back on. I'm not going to be uploading videos as much as I did in the past, where I was trying to do it, basically every week if possible. I don't foresee doing that as often now. It's going to be, whenever I can. I'll be starting a new job soon, so I'll have that. And plus two, just with the whole thing anyway, I just kind of really, the whole thing and the way YouTube handled it, just me personally kind of, I don't know, just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. But I still enjoy making videos. Like I said, this is a fun hobby for me. I'm not going to be doing it that often anymore, so I just need to warn you. I don't know, when my next one will be after this. It could be, could be a couple. It definitely won't be a week from now. So it'll maybe a couple weeks from now, maybe a month from now. I'm not sure. But I definitely would like to, obviously I've reviewed a lot of my Gashapon figures and some of my standard size figures. I want to get more into the standard size ones though, because, my opinions, I've kind of just changed over time. Before, I was just really, really into the Gashapon figures, and I still like them. I think they're cool for the collection and this and that. But really, I've really grown to love my standard size figures and just the way that they look on shelves and everything. So I'll be really trying to cover a lot more of those in the future. But I'll still do some Gashapon ones as well. And in fact, today, as we finally get to it, I'm reviewing my Gashapon Ebirah figure. And this, of course, is based on Ebirah's Showa appearance from the movie Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, otherwise known as Ebirah Horror of the Deep. So we know he's basically a giant kaiju, or a giant lobster kaiju, I should say. Originally, the movie was going to be a King Kong movie, but they decided to switch Kong out for Godzilla. Just because they, from what I understand, because they thought it would be more marketable, not because of licensing issues, because they still had the rights to Kong, which they ended up making another, Toho made another King Kong movie a year later, because this was 1966, so in 67 they released King Kong Escapes, before they basically relinquished their rights to King Kong. So, but anyways, though, not going to get too much into all that, so I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Ebirah's history. Try to go over these quicker. Obviously the video is running on because I wanted to, obviously discuss the whole, that whole Kappa issue, before I got back into all this. So just kind of quick, the paint, as you can see, Ebirah's got this sort of reddish, like a pinkish reddish paint all around his body, which is basically how he looked in the film. I believe he might have had some highlights of like some tannish colors as well in the film, but here it's more of just like a solid, reddish pinkish color. He's got sort of like a the eyes here, as you can see, are a little bit shaded, a little bit differently, the red, so you can kind of see that. Hang on one second, folks. Sorry about that. So anyway, so I mean, so you can kind of see that, and that's about it for the paint scheme. For the detail work, they did a nice job. You got all the bumps on his back and the spikes and everything, and they did a good job detailing with the antennas that he's got. Ones that go back and the ones that are forward, and of course his pincers, which do have a nice sharp feel to them, and of course the legs with the feet that have that sort of two, like the pronged feet that he's got there. Those look really nice. The tail with the segments on it and going all the way up to that fin on the back of his tail with the nice detailing there. So pretty well done here. That kind of covers it. I'm not going to try to get too crazy with going over all that stuff like I was before. I want to try to shorten these up, because I've watched more and more of other reviews and seen how they do them. So I think I do a little overkill, so I do apologize for that. So just trying to shorten it up. And otherwise, articulations, Gashapon figure, and he really doesn't have none of these parts really move. You can sort of bend the claws a little bit, but not really meant for articulation. So anyway, other than that, though, that really about covers it. It is a Gashapon figure. It's probably, looking at lengthwise on him, it's about 3 or so inches long. So again, it's a smaller, minifigure, of course, because it's a Gashapon. So, but it is a nice addition to the collection. There's not a lot of Ebirah figures out there. So this one obviously is an affordable one. You should be able to get it for under $20, maybe even under $15, because it's pretty common, this Gashapon figure. Otherwise, if you want to get a standard size Ebirah figure, it's limited. The only standard size one that I have in my collection is actually the CCP Ebirah figure, which is a very rare piece. That one's not cheap. I will probably review that in the future. Then otherwise, one of the best ones that I've seen, which I am contemplating getting, is the YMSF Ebirah, because it's pretty nicely done, everything I've seen on it. So I'm contemplating picking one of those up, but again, that's a rare figure and very expensive as well, much more than the CCP one even. And I know X Plus has done Ebirah, I'm talking all Showa Ebirah, of course. But you won't really find a lot with the Final Wars version either, so just kind of Just kind of putting it out there. But I know you can get like marmots and stuff like that. I'm just not big into like the marmot figures or anything, so I don't really collect those. I like ones that are a little more movie accurate. So the CCP one's pretty good. I think though, I don't really delve too much with X Plus. I only have one X Plus figure in my collection. But YMSF, which many of you may know that I love YMSF. They did a really nice job with their Ebirah figures. Like I said, I am debating on that one. But if you just want a cheaper one just to add to your collection, you don't mind it being a minifigure, the Gashapon Ebirah is certainly a good way to go, in my opinion at least anyway. So I think that about wraps it up for this video, folks. I do want to thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.